The air is thick with humidity as Shun adjusts the camera strap to his chest, the dim glow of the streetlights casting long, eerie shadows on the cracked pavement. The Miri Kiyotaki Tunnel, infamous among urban explorers and ghost hunters, looms ahead like a gaping maw cut into the mountainside. The entrance is lined with creeping vines and moisture drips from its jagged ceiling, creating a rhythmic, hollow echo. Shun, a rising YouTuber specializing in ghost hunts, has built a reputation for pushing boundaries, chasing after the most terrifying locations in Japan. His channel thrives on authentic horror, not cheap jump scares or fake spirit encounters. This time, he's determined to capture something real, something that will cement his status as Japan's premier paranormal investigator. His team consists of Ryo, the tech guy who handles the night vision and EMF detectors; Kanna, the fearless skeptic who keeps their audience engaged with her sarcastic remarks; and Daiki Anam, their quiet but loyal cameraman whose steady hands bring Shun's visions to life. Before stepping forward, Shun recounts the legend to the camera, his voice laced with both excitement and unease. The Kiyotaki Tunnel has been haunted for decades. Some say the spirits of laborers who died during its construction still roam these walls. But the most terrifying tale? The woman in white. If you see her standing in the middle of the road, you have two choices: stop and she vanishes, or keep driving and she'll appear in your back seat. Either way, those who see her are never the same again. Kana scoffs, crossing her arms. So what happens if we just say hello? Maybe she just wants a ride. Shun smirks but doesn't respond. His fingers tighten around the camera. He won't admit it yet, but the energy here feels different from other places they visited. Heavier, colder, almost like something is watching them. They step forward. The darkness of the tunnel swallows them whole. The wind whistles through the tunnel's entrance, carrying with it an eerie silence that seems too unnatural for a place so close to the city. Shun and his crew move quickly, unpacking their equipment beneath the dim, flickering glow of their portable lights. The tunnel walls, damp with condensation, stretch ahead into an abyss of absolute darkness. As Ryo adjusts the night vision camera, Daiki sets up the static recorder, and Kana checks their wireless mics. Shun notices movement in the corner of his eye. A figure, a frail old man, limps along the roadside, his posture bent, his steps uneven. His clothes are ragged and dirt-stained, his thin arms barely covered by the tattered remains of a once white shirt. He doesn't seem to notice them at first. His gaze locks straight ahead, as if walking a path only he can see. Sir? Hollow and empty. His voice comes out hoarse like a whisper forced through sandpaper. You shouldn't be here. A heavy silence falls over the group. A chill creeps up Shun's spine. The old man takes a slow, shaky breath before adding, "She never lets anyone leave." And then he steps backward into the darkness. Not turns, steps backward. The moment he vanishes from sight, the cicadas in the distance fall completely silent. For a long moment, no one speaks. Then, Kana lets out a nervous chuckle, forcing a smirk. Okay, that was creepy, but come on guys, he was probably just some lost old dude trying to scare us. Shun doesn't answer immediately. His fingers tighten around the camera. He replays the footage. The moment the man's face should have been in focus, the screen is nothing but static. The sound of his warning plays back distorted, stretched, almost inhuman. He swallows hard and forces a grin. Yeah, just a crazy old man. None of them say what they're really thinking. What if he wasn't real? Brushing off the unease, they turn back to their equipment, unaware that the night has already shifted against them. The deeper they walk into the tunnel, the thicker the air becomes, clinging to their skin like an unseen force pressing against them. The only sound is the distant drip of water, echoing from the damp stone walls. Shun keeps his camera rolling, its red recording light blinking like a heartbeat in the suffocating darkness. Rio walks slightly ahead, adjusting the EMF detector, its lights flickering weakly. Kana, arms crossed, huffs. Are we seriously just going to ignore the fact that the air feels like a freaking pressure cooker? Then a new sound emerges. Whispers. Soft at first, like wind filtering through cracks in the stone, but as they press forward, the voices become clearer. Etanan, woman's voice! Speaking in a dialect none of them recognize. Kana stiffens. Did you hear that? Rio stops abruptly. His shoulders tense. His hand slowly moves to his earpiece. Shun, turn your volume up. Shun obeys, adjusting the audio levels on his recorder. The whispers grow louder, breaking, layered, as if multiple voices are speaking at once, some in a rushed panic, others in slow, deliberate tones. The words are ancient, incomprehensible, but one thing is clear. They're being watched. Then, the whispers stop, and so does Rio. One moment he's standing there, just ahead of them. The next, he's gone. No scream, no sound of footsteps, just emptiness. Shun's breath catches in his throat. The beam from his flashlight illuminates nothing but an abandoned camera lying in the dirt. Kana lets out a sharp, panicked breath. What the hell? Where did he go? Shun rushes forward, grabbing the camera. The screen is still recording. His hands shake as he presses play. At first, the footage shows exactly what they saw. Rio standing there 1 second, then the empty tunnel the next. But then, a flicker. The static clears for half a second, just enough to reveal a woman in a blood-soaked kimono standing directly behind them. Her head is tilted unnaturally, her long matted hair hanging over her face. Her skin is pale and split open in places, as if something had peeled it away. Kana slaps a hand over her mouth. That wasn't there. That wasn't there. Shun's pulse thunders in his ears. He rewinds, plays it again. The woman is closer this time. The tunnel, once silent, now seems alive, filled with the distant shuffling sound of something moving, something coming closer. They aren't alone. Shun grips Rio's camera so tightly his knuckles turn white, his breath coming in shallow gasps. Rio is gone. Simply erased from existence, as if the tunnel itself had swallowed him whole. Kana and Daiki don't argue or question what happened. They just run. The tunnel walls stretch endlessly around them, the air thick with the stench of damp earth and something faintly metallic, like rust or blood. Their boots slap against the wet ground as they sprint back toward the entrance, their flashlights trembling in their hands. But the entrance isn't there. Where there should have been an open road in their parked van, there is only solid rock, as if the tunnel had never had an exit in the first place. Kana spins around, wild-eyed. No, we came in from here. She pounds her fists against the stone, but it doesn't budge. The rock is ice cold beneath her palms, as if it has always been there. Shun whirls toward Daiki, his voice tight. The other way, we go forward. Without another word, they turn and run deeper into the darkness. Minutes stretch into what feels like hours. Their legs ache, their lungs burn. But the tunnel never ends. The deeper they go, the heavier the air becomes, pressing against them like an unseen force, slowing them down. And then, light. A faint, flickering glow ahead. The exit. Relief crashes through Shun's body like a tidal wave. They made it. They charged toward it, stumbling over their own feet, their hearts hammering with hope. Only to emerge right back at the tunnel's entrance. The same entrance, the same solid rock behind them. The van is gone. Shun stares in stunned silence, his breath coming in sharp, ragged gasps. No, this isn't possible. Kanaba lets out a strangled cry, gripping her hair. We ran forward. We didn't turn around. How are we? Daiki lifts his camera with trembling hands, checking the timestamp. His voice is hollow when he speaks. Shun, the clock hasn't changed. A sickening realization sinks into them like an anchor pulling them into a black abyss. Time isn't moving. No matter where they go, no matter how fast they run, they are trapped. Cameras flicker with static. The night vision distorts their surroundings, twisting the tunnel walls into something organic. Pulsing, shifting, breathing. The EMF detector, once flashing erratically, goes completely dead. And then comes this pressure. It builds like an invisible weight pressing down on their chests, crushing, suffocating, sinking into their skin. The air thickens with something unseen, something that watches, listens, waits. Then Kana speaks, but it's not her voice. The words are ancient, guttural, spoken in that same forgotten dialect they heard before. Her lips move, but her eyes are wrong, clouded, unfocused, like she's looking through them rather than with them. Daiki stares at her, his breath shuddering. Kana? She doesn't blink. She doesn't react. She just keeps whispering. Then Oshan. Daiki drops his camera. His body twitches, his fingers curling at unnatural angles. A slow, stretched-out grin spreads across his face. Not his usual lopsided smirk, but something wrong. Something not human. Shun staggers backward. His mind screams at him to run, but his body won't move. Kana turns toward him now, her head tilting in a jerky puppet-like motion. Her lips part. But what comes out is a chorus of voices, overlapping, drowning each other out. You brought them here. You let them see us. Now you stay. Shun forces himself to move. He bolts, blindly sprinting through the tunnel, into the woods, past the darkness, past everything. And then he's at the van. His hands tremble as he throws himself into the driver's seat, shoving the key into the ignition. The Maranon engine coughs, sputters, then roars to life. The headlights cut through the mist, illuminating the road ahead. But something, however, feels wrong. His fingers clutch the wheel so tight that his nails dig into his palms. His breath comes in sharp, frantic gasps. He catches movement in his periphery, flickers of shadows shifting just outside the reach of his headlights. Then he sees it. Not outside. Inside. His reflection in the rearview mirror. It's Shun smiling. But he's not smiling. His chest seizes. His body convulses. His vision warps. A sharp, stabbing coldness spreads through him, sinking into his bones. Something claws its way into his mind. The screen glitches. The final footage on his channel was not edited by him. The video ends with Shun's own face, staring dead into the lens, his expression vacant, except for the subtle twitch of a smile that doesn't belong to him. His voice, broken and hollow, whispers the last words anyone will ever hear from him. She's inside me now. Please don't come looking for us. The video cuts to black, and then Shun's channel goes live. Days turn into weeks, though by news outlets buzz with rumors of the missing crew, but there is no trace of Shun Takeda, Kana, Daiki, or Ryo. The police comb through the area around Kiyotaki Tunnel, but they find nothing. No evidence of the crew, no footprints, no signs of struggle. It's as if they vanished into thin air. Shun's YouTube channel remains active, though. It's a chilling reminder of their final moments. At first, it seems like just another tragic case. A group of thrill-seeking YouTubers who ventured too far into the unknown. But soon something strange begins to happen. At precisely 3 a.m. Every night, Shun's channel goes live. The screen flickers to life. showing a dimly lit tunnel, the same tunnel they had filmed in. It's empty at first, save for the flickering of a single broken light bulb above. The walls are covered in dirt, sweat, and the smell of unstale air, as if the place itself is suffocating. At first, the chat explodes, with confused comments as viewers try to make sense of what they're seeing. Some think it's just a sick prank, others believe it's a hacker glitch. But then it starts. At the far end of the tunnel, the sound of footsteps emerges. Slow at first, a faint tap against the dirt floor. The audience's messages flood the screen. Is this live? What is this? It's 3 a.m. How is this happening? Who's there? The footsteps grow louder, each one echoing with unnatural precision, as if the figure approaching is too deliberate, too purposeful. The screen glitches once again, distorting the shadows into something unfamiliar. The camera shakes slightly, but there's no one holding it. Then, just as the footsteps grow deafeningly close, the figure finally appears in the dim light. It's a shadow. At first, a silhouette moving too live, yet inhuman. And then, the stream cuts out. For weeks, the live stream ceases. The channel goes silent once more. There are no updates, no uploads, and the internet begins to forget, just as it always does. But after 3 a.m., the pattern starts again, and the footsteps every time get closer. No one dares comment anymore. No one dares look for him. But they all know. Shun and his crew are still out there, somewhere, inside the tunnel.